So we got some breaking news. Tonight, the Trump administration is taking immigration enforcement to an entirely new level. In a move that's already sparking outrage among local leaders and civil rights groups, National Guard troops are being deployed to protect ICE agents in Los Angeles. Border Czar Tom Homan announced the deployment on Fox News, citing a staggering 400% increase in attacks on federal officers. In a dramatic escalation in a city known for its sanctuary policies and defiance of federal immigration laws, over the last 48 hours, ICE agents have executed raids across Los Angeles, detaining dozens and sparking violent protests that saw demonstrators blocking vehicles, clashing with police officers in riot gear, and storming federal buildings. Mayor Karen Bass has condemned the federal government's actions as terrorizing, while letting her own people rampage the city, all while Governor Newsom is calling it an overreach. But the Trump administration isn't backing down. Tonight, we're going to break down why the National Guard is being mobilized, what role they're expected to play, and why the administration says it's necessary to protect federal law enforcement. Like we need to do that. So guys, stay tuned. The story's far from over. My name's Tom. I'm with the Daily Beltway. I'm also publisher of the Illinois Review and a White House correspondent for the Next News Network. So in a development, the National Guard troops are being deployed to Los Angeles to protect ICE agents after violent protests erupted during high-profile raids across the city. We have Tom Homan, the border czar, made the announcement on Fox News stating we are going to bring the National Guard in tonight. And if you're watching today right now, that means Saturday nights. Let's check it out.
And, like I said many times, these elected officials,
I love this guy.
Non-government organizations, they can't cross the line either. I mean, we got people like, Hakeem Jeffries saying he's going to dox ICE employees, ICE agents out there with masks on. They're wearing masks to protect themselves and their families because they've been doxxed, their families been doxxed, their life's been threatened, their families have been threatened. I know myself, I had over 1,000 protesters in my house. I expect that as the borders are, but these men and women are putting their lives online every day. They arrested a lot of bad people yesterday and today. They arrested child sex offenders. They arrested people convicted of robbery. They arrested public safety, not only significant public safety threats, but national security threats. They arrested gang members. We're making Los Angeles safer. And Mayor Bass ought to be thanking us for making her city safer. And the term migrant, as Joe Concha rightfully said earlier, they're illegal aliens. There are illegal aliens in this country, and we welcome. We're the most giving country in the world. But these are illegal aliens who committed a crime by crossing this border illegally, then yet committed another crime. Again, yesterday's about a criminal investigation into money laundering, tax evasion, and some of the funds going to cartels in Mexico and Colombia that fund their operations of sending narcotics to this country, killing American people. This is about enforcing the law. And again, we're not going to apologize for doing it. We're stepping up. She says they're going to mobilize. Well, guess what? We're already ahead of the game. We're already mobilizing. We're going to bring National Guard in tonight. We're going to continue doing our job. We're going to push back on these people, and we're going to force the law.
So this deployment marks a significant shift in the use of military resources for domestic immigration enforcement. According to a DHS memo, up to 21,000 National Guard members could be activated nationwide to support ICE. Their assignments: night operations, rural interdiction, guard duty, and even riot control in detention facilities. It's insane that we're even at that point where we need National Guard to protect federal detainment facilities. So now we're going to talk about why this is happening. ICE, DHS, FBI, and DEA agents conducted raids at several locations, including a Home Depot in the Westlake District, a clothing warehouse in South LA, and Ambiance Apparel in the Fashion District. Those raids resulted in 44 administrative arrests and one arrest for obstructing federal officers. Local leaders, including Mayor Karen Bass, are outraged. Bass calls the federal actions terrorizing immigrant communities. She forgot the illegal part of that. Governor Gavin Newsom echoed that sentiment, accusing Trump of administration of overreach. But from the White House perspective, the numbers don't lie. A 400% surge in assaults on federal officers demands a response. Civil rights groups argue that deploying the National Guard could violate the Posse Comitatus Act, which limits military involvement in domestic law enforcement. But DHS officials point out that National Guard troops under state control can legally assist ICE. And this is not the first time that National Guard has been deployed domestically, but using them in a major city like Los Angeles for immigration enforcement is, in fact, unprecedented. Federal officers insist it is necessary to protect ICE agents for what they describe as violent mobs. And if you guys saw any videos from last night and today, they're flashbanging. These guys are kicking in doors. They're hurting people. It's bedlam and chaos. So meanwhile, the raids themselves, ICE agents in tactical gear supported by other federal agencies have carried out search warrants detaining dozens. They couldn't get more because, they were getting shut down every 2 seconds, which is why they need the National Guard. Critics are calling it an oppressive show of force, but the Trump administration says it's about enforcing federal law. So if you guys got value from this report, hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment. All of that stuff helps. And let's see what we have to say about the final here. So let's be honest about what's happening here. The Trump administration is making it clear that the rule of law matters and federal law is supreme in our republic. Deploying the National Guard to protect ICE agents isn't just about safety, it's about standing up to a broken system where violent protests try to override the law. So for too long, cities like Los Angeles have shielded illegal immigrants from accountability, refusing to cooperate with federal enforcement. Now, with the sights on all ICE officers skyrocketing, it's time to draw a line. The National Guard is stepping in to make sure federal law is upheld. Of course, the usual critics are crying foul. They call it an unconstitutional, inhumane, or even un-American. But the truth is that protecting our borders and enforcing the law is one of the most fundamental responsibilities of our federal government and every single elected official. Let's not forget that every nation has the right to defend its sovereignty, and when local leaders refuse to do their part, the federal government must act. Stay vigilant, America. This stuff is getting real. I want to say this beep is getting real, but I voted for this. Let's clean this up. God bless.